Greetings. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure the sound is okay. The internet connection is okay. Let's double check. Okay, I think so. All right, so happy Saturday, you guys. All right. All right, so I wanted to do this for anyone really. I mean, this can help anyone, but I want to do this ceremony for the ladies, okay? And for the reverence of our divine mothers, our divine, just our mothers, grandmothers passed on, just the matriarchs. We're going to known and unknown to us. Even the ones that we feel like maybe weren't the most honorable or may have not made the best of choices in life when they were living, but, still show them that they are appreciated and loved still here on the other side. 'Cause I'm pretty sure some of them, they are paying their dues on the other side by helping their loved ones here. So show love to all of our ancestors. And this is for those of you going through process of healing and those of you that are going through a rebirth. So I do want to channel as well. So I'm going to channel, I'm going to do the rose ceremony with you guys, and then I'm going to read with the tarot and the oracle. And I am focusing on the energy of the rose, the sacred energy of the rose. So you guys are welcome to be present. And if you guys, wherever you are in the world and whenever you guys watch this, it doesn't matter, that you'll receive what you need at the time that you need it. And if you're somewhere where you can be present and sit and meditate with yourself, and this is to, especially, okay, I want to really, what drove me to do this was for those of you that are going through a process of rebirth. And we are in another retrograde, which deals with a lot of healing, deep-rooted healing. And this is to, as a, I guess you could say, like, as a spiritual graduation present and ceremony for you guys. A lot of you may be also, your talents, your gifts, especially your spiritual gifts, may be very, very strong and heightened, or has leveled up to the point where maybe it freaks you out and maybe freaks other people out. Like, your gifts have rose, if you will, and your talents, maybe you guys have taken a lot of, action towards shifting and taking positive force in your life right now, which is beautiful, it takes courage to do that. So I congratulate those of us that are in that space. And I know that it's not always easy, and I want you guys to give yourself a break, because I want you to also find a symbolic meaning of the rose for you, as far as what you've been through. Like, there's thorns still. They're not as sharp, but there are thorns still left on this rose. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. 5 is changed. There's about 5 thorns on this rose. And people still reverence the rose. It's a very beloved flower. And regardless of its conditions, or, I always say, like, no matter where the rose grows, it's still looked at as a beautiful rose. It's still looked at something sacred and something that people stop and take notice of. It has many different meanings and symbols of, of meaning to other people, and significance that it holds for many different people. And you might not be someone that is what you perceive as perfect or smooth around the edges, but there's beauty in your uniqueness. There's beauty no matter where you are in life. You're still beautiful in essence. You're still you. You're unique energy. So when I first bought these, they were kind of like closed up, and they've bloomed overnight, of course. But as we know, we don't grow overnight. And I don't know, I'm thinking about, just real quick, just came to mind, is Kendrick Lamar's Poetic Justice line where he says, do you believe that a rose can grow in a dark room? I'm paraphrasing. But yes, you can, no matter what space you're in within your life, in your mind. You could be having a bad day. You could have did something that you regret in the past, what have you. That energy and essence of the rose is very sacred too, as far as healing and reverence to the Divine Mother and spirituality and faith as well. So I want to do the ceremony with you guys. I do have a couple of ingredients that I want to add. So I'm going to pray before we start, and just going to call on our Divine Mothers. If you have a Divine Mother in mind that you want to, call, or your grandmothers, if you know them by name, you can call to them. Dedicate this ceremony to them as well, because I'm dedicating to my Divine Mothers as well, and all those that passed on in my family. So I'm going to pour this water. Divine Mothers, Divine Keepers around the world, all spaces and time. No matter what you've done here in this life, we forgive you. We reverence your sacred portal, your sacred heart. And I'm using some water that I charged during the last solar eclipse. So I'm going to use that water as well. Send and charge healing waters. May these waters heal. Be a portal of divine, precious healing and sacred healing and love, self-love, self-appreciation, compassion, and grace that comes through the mother womb and portal in space. If you have Divine Mother, goddesses that you adhere to, your heads, or that you reverence, you can call them by name. My Divine Water Goddess energies that represent the rivers and the oceans, the creeks, the waterfalls, we reverence you. All the grandmothers and mothers that have floral names, we call to you as well. We show you reverence and appreciation. Okay, I'm gonna put some Florida water in there, just a little bit, a dash, not a lot, because it will make the water look a little fuzzy. And then I'm gonna use some myrrh, just a little, if I can get it out. There we go, just a few drops of myrrh. All right. I'm going to put some honey in there as well, but before I do, each petal we dedicate to sacred healing, to our Divine Mothers, to all of our wounds and pain be transformed into our power, into our wisdom, into our strength, into teaching, lessons and experience, and a testimony for others. All the children that we may have lost through our womb, purify and cleanse the wound of all pain and trauma. We reverence and send love to all the children that we may have lost through our wounds, that we may have made the decision to loose out of our wounds. May their souls be with the light. We remember them. We remember them. We remember them. From the soles of our feet to the top of our heads, we send a divine portal of light, red, pink, green aura, and yellow aura of light. Okay, I'll put some honey in here too, just a little bit, not a lot. This is some raw honey. To embrace the sweetness of our journey, we reverence you, Mama Oshun, that we test the spirit, test every spirit by the spirit, that we discern with our hearts who we give our hearts to. We unblock the heart, but we guard the heart with divine protection. All right, let's have it. I want you to, if you can, I want you to place your hand, one hand on your heart, and one hand over where your wound space is. And wherever you start to feel the most energy of suppression or tightness, maybe even an ache or pain, I want you to send healing energy to that space. Inhaling and exhaling deeply whatever it is that you need to release in that space. You might hear a phrase, you might hear a word, you might see an image, you might have a vision of something that has happened, or an emotion comes out. I want you to release it. Feel through it and release it. Some of you guys have tightness in your abdomen. There might be trauma stored in that space in your solar plexus. So some of you guys might need to place one of your hands over your solar plexus, over your stomach, and send healing energy to it. Preferably the chakra color, which would be yellow. Cleanse the energies. Each rose petal represents all of our beautiful attributes, our pain, our traumas, the things that we feel are flaws, our regrets, our mistakes, and we transmute them into love and beauty, compassion and grace, forgiveness on a deep soul level. Thank you. You have to you use the water as ASMR since you're not physically here to experience or feel the roses. Try to hear the water. Thank you. For all the times that our Divine Mother stepped in and protected us, the times that our mothers, whether living or passed on, the times that they did their best, the times that they kept shelter over our heads, food on the table, the times that they did try, the times that they did show that they loved you and their best of their ability, our grandmothers that tried, whether they're here or gone, the times that they sheltered us, covered us, loved us, prayed for us. We reverence you. We thank you. Thank you. Any mothers that sacrifice their lives for their children in any capacity, we reverence you. We thank you. We thank you. As mothers who protect their children, any mothers here, any godmothers, any aunties, anyone that has stepped in for children, for the sake of children, we thank you. We reverence you. Send yourself love and compassion. Send yourself love and compassion. We cleanse and transmute the energies. We cleanse and transmute the energies. We cleanse and transmute the energies. Cleanse, transmute the energies. Cleanse, transmute the energies. With love and peace, grace, compassion, healing, deep soul healing. Each rose is a letter and a testimony to our journey of love, pain, trauma, empowerment, faith, our initiation as divine beings, our purpose, our light. Amen. All right. So I'm going to have to dispose of this, and I'm going to choose a sacred space to do that. But I'm not going to do it now, so I'm going to have to save this, put it somewhere safe, and then... All right. Okay. All right, let me draw my hands clean. Thank you, Divine Mothers. We close the ceremony out with love, light, peace for all who are meant to receive this. And may this be transformative to all who view and who listen. If you feel called to do your own rose ceremony personally on your own, me personally, I don't feel like there's a right or wrong way to necessarily do it. It's all about your intentions and your sincerity, really. All right, so thank you. Thank you for that, Divine Spirit. That was just something I just wanted to do for y'all. Yeah, that was just, yeah. So all of the energy that you transmute, any energy that you feel, even as you're watching the reading and any channelings that come through, document it, write it down so that you can sit with it or go back to it, sit with it. I have never seen my incense burn straight up like that before, just in a straight formation. That's crazy. Okay, so all these cards are divinely chosen by intent. So we're gonna I'm gonna pull from the tarot first, and then I'll pull from the Rose Oracle, and then I'm going to also pull from the Mother Mary Oracle as well. Okay. Thank you. Divine Mother Energy be with us. Divine protections and keepers of divine wisdom and truth. Justice and protection over the divine feminine, over all women, whether we perceive them to be divine or not. We send divine covering and protection amongst the women, those who protect women and children, that you send them divine covering and protection on their walk and their path as well. What is the message that you have for this collective that's meant to receive this message? What message do you have for the collective? Divine Mother, our mother ancestors, our grandmother, our matriarchal ancestors, prophetesses of divine truth, angelic forces that walk with us. What is the message that you have? Thank you. What message you have for us? Nine of Hearts, Justice. Okay, Charity. The Page of Coins, which is the Page of Pentacles. The Father, which is the Emperor. The Queen of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles at the top of the deck. All right. For those of you that are creatives, specifically maybe in fashion, or you want to do something with fashion, I'm picking up something about your ideas, your patterns, your sketches, they are protected. Some of you may want to, I don't know, maybe design something with jeans or denim, like maybe some type of unique jeans or something for some of you. You guys could be a fashion student, art student, or you're thinking about it. I definitely feel like you should do that with the Page of Pentacles. That's worth the investment. You might be able to get some type of student grant or something with the charity card, or could even be a family member, a father figure, or someone. Some of you could be single mothers. The father is Miss Grace Jones herself. Okay, Miss Grace Jones, honey. Okay. Yeah, but I do feel that for some of you that are simply just creatives, so some of you guys may have resonated with the fashion, but just a creative in general. I kind of got a similar message yesterday, but you may have to face a part of yourself that maybe it's like a fear that blocks you. Let's say, like, for example, imposter syndrome. Because some of you guys are sitting and sleeping on a lot of grand ideas and a lot of your dreams and aspirations, the things that you wish for or hope for yourself. You have the ability to manifest it. Like, these are grand things, I feel like. Something about making sacrifices, and I feel that you may have made a lot of sacrifices for others. Um, you may have held, how to explain this, like held space for a lot of people, been the light for a lot of people, just that light in the dark for many, or just the people that you love. And it kind of feels like that same energy has not been paid forward. Your divine energy, like your ancestors, I don't want to just say like the ones that were always walking in on, integrity in the life that they lived, but some that may have made really bad choices and decisions, or may have not really walked with the best care of themselves or those around them. Yet and still, they all understand, they all can resonate and understand with you how it feels to either be on the other end of being the taker, or being on the opposite end of being the giver, and not really, it's kind of like not benefiting as the giver, or feeling sorry for being the taker, and the other that those that gave didn't really receive much back, because there's some sort of sacrificial energy, selflessness, but it's like, where has that gotten me though? What has that done for me in the end? And they don't want you to carry that same pain. And it's not to say that you shouldn't be charitable or giving and a lover, but it's saying to discern that better, because there's snakes in a few of these cards. There's one here, and this looks like a venomous snake, and then you have another here. It's like a rattlesnake. So some of you guys do, I feel like you guys are being encouraged. Some of you, not everyone, but take it as it resonates, are being encouraged to cleanse out your yoni space from previous sexual encounters or partnerships, even as of recent. Because I feel like you may have, encountered or connected with people that were not of your highest good. 5 of coins at the top of the deck. Yeah, you guys are going to be releasing, I feel like. Those of you that, resonate with this, I see a lot of releasing when it comes to resentment and the lack of forgiveness, or, releasing the resentment that you may have, maybe even towards your own self, and maybe in additional to others. Okay. Some of you guys are being called to forgive your mothers, for something. May not be like everything that they've ever done, or just that they were a horrible person, but there could be something specific that you hold on to, whether they're presently living or they're passed on. it's freeing for you because they're not holding a grudge on the other side. It's more of a liberating thing for you to say, I forgive you. Whether could be a grandmother, it could be just to, if you have the ability to do that while they're here, to have a conversation or tell them how you feel, release it or write it down however you feel called to do it. And it's for you. It's more so for you to liberate and free yourself. To say, I forgive you. If you have certain boundaries or you're not in contact with those that have hurt you or you feel has wronged you. And a lot of times, like with our family members, especially our parents, like as parents, for some of you that are, or that may have a different perspective of parenting as an adult now that you see, like, really, we really are just trying to really figure it out. Like we do the best that we know how, you know, and some may not really try because that's their own free will choice, and that's unfortunate. But if you really look at it, a lot of times our parents did the best they could. And if you look at their upbringing and how they were raised or whatever they tell you about their upbringing, you might be like, dang, like you kind of can understand maybe a little bit why they were the way that they were, why they made the choices that they made, why they parented the way that they did. And it kind of gives you a different perspective and maybe a little bit more of a compassion, or just not a heavy, harsh criticism against them. So, yeah. I do see a lot of like root and sacral and solar, like the three lower chakras mainly. I feel like there's a lot of releasing in those areas. I'm going to share this again because I said this in my reading live yesterday. Really, mirror magic, I don't want y'all to like only associate mirror magic with like glamour magic of beautifying or appearing more attractive and all of that, because it's really an internal thing. When we use physical objects, they're just, such as like how I use the roses, they're just physical representations of vibrational energies, and intentions are everything. So if you're using a mirror, I don't want you to only look at it, like I said, as a glamour thing and a beautifying thing, but more so as a self-loving work, which some people do use the mirror for that. But I want you to do it, especially because it's always going to be uncomfortable at first. Unless you're like a conceited person and you just love your image and you just look at yourself all the time, then maybe this might not work for you. But I want you to look into your soul, not your appearance, because that's the best way to do it. When you first wake up in the morning, you're not going to most likely wake up looking glamorous or looking handsome or you know what I mean? Like you might have a little bit of, you know, messy hair or some eye boogers and shit. Like first thing in the morning when you look at yourself, look at yourself in the eyes, not in your appearance. Just like in the Bible, how it says God looks at the heart of a man, not their appearance. So scratch that part of it. Look yourself in the eye, and it might really be uncomfortable if you never looked into your own eyes, into the mirror of your soul. It could be uncomfortable. But the minute that you do, I want you to say to yourself that you love yourself. Say your name. And or say something positive about yourself that morning, because it's so easy to just jump into looking at yourself going, ugh, I look fucked up. Oh my God. Ugh, and start, oh my God, I got a pimple right here. What is this? Like, it's easy to do that. Or start picking apart your body and, oh, I got to hurry up and go to the gym. And I got to do this. And I got to starve myself this morning, only eat a piece of toast and some water or something. Like, no. Look at yourself in the mirror, in the eyes, and tell yourself that you love yourself. Tell yourself that you love yourself. And say something positive to yourself today. Encourage yourself. And do it again at night before you go to bed, if you can remember to do it. But hold yourself accountable, because it's going to be uncomfortable at first. It is. It's going to be uncomfortable at first. It might feel unrealistic. It might feel cringy. You might be like, ugh, or you might cry. You might get a little angry at yourself. That's okay. The emotions that it provokes let you know that something is moving, something is breaking. So you have to push past that initial, because you're doing something different. You're doing something new. You're tapping into a new vibration. So of course it's like riding a bike. It's going to be a little wobbly. It's not going to feel comfortable initially. And then you eventually start to get the hang of it. It becomes a natural thing, a natural state of being. Hey, I didn't see y'all chat. I'm sorry. Hey, Lene. Hey, Andrea. Hey, Mbisis. How are you? Oh, you just think about your mama. Oh, I'm late to the party. I didn't see the I didn't see the chat. My bad, y'all. But yeah, I'm getting a lot of just energies passing through. And you know what? Always a bright side to this, because when we go through the tough energies, it always leads to something greater than what we can see. It's like preparation, really. It is. It's you being prepared for what's on the other side of all of this, you know? And as you release this, because we are in, what is it, the Chiron retrograde, and depending on where your Chiron is, I would look that up in your chart. If you know what zodiac sign it's in, I would, research that and see what type of healing, in what way. But I just posted something on the community tab from foreverconscious.com that kind of like gives little different keys into what this Chiron retrograde is going to like tap on. So go and check that out. Go research, maybe, find a good astrologer online or something like that, or someone maybe that you follow, and see what the updates are around that. And then look up your Chiron placement in your chart. What zodiac sign does it fall in? And look up Chiron in blank X, Y, and Z. And then see how this energy may be, affecting you, and what kind of empowering things can you do as well during this retrograde. Because retrogrades are really just things resurfacing, things needing a reevaluation, a reflecting, you know what I mean? So it's not always about like doom and gloom, like how we make Mercury retrograde like this doom and gloom. Like, it can benefit. So do something nice for yourself too, because like flowers is one of my things I like to do for myself. Like, when I want to treat myself, I love flowers. Or if I want to, put some, when I want to put some on my tables, or for my ancestors, I'll get some flowers. And I might not always get the same flowers, but whatever I'm called to. So if you feel led to do something nice for yourself, by all means, treat yourself. Do that. Um, Always, like, because it's not so much about the physical object. The physical object is more, again, like it's symbolic, or it's a vibrational energy. So like a rose or a flower to yourself, the flower itself does have a radiance. It radiates a certain type of frequency. So like sunflowers can be really good for uplifting a person's mood and energy. It's one of those bright, happy flowers that you give to people, like usually like a friend, or could be a really, cute flower to give to a child or your daughter or someone that's in the hospital. It will uplift the energy in the space. That's why it's called a sunflower. It radiates a light frequency, a positive energy. So you might be called to that. Like, everything has a vibrational meaning. So it's not solely materialistic, but there's a deeper energy behind it, and also the intent of why you're doing what you're doing. Why are you purchasing it, or why are you gifting it to yourself, or gifting something to another, or if you're doing a spiritual bath. It's all about the intent behind it. Like, you know, why do you use certain oils? Or if you're using a sea salt, you know, obviously maybe that's to cleanse your energy, right? Or an oil might be to extract a certain energy out of you as well. Like, what's your intent? What's the bath's intent? You know, everything has an intention behind it. So let's see what else. Because I forgot the Two of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. So it's kind of, well, this makes me think of Mama Dantor, Arzuli Dantor, with the sword and the rose. I don't know why this is making me think of her. I mean, I know the dagger, the sword. But you are protected. And you guys need to know, like, you have, yes, your ancestors could be very sweet, very loving, very protective, in that nurturing mama way. But there's also another side of protection that's like by any means necessary type of protection. And y'all have that around you too. And you have it within you as well. Let's see what else. Other messages before I pull some oracle. And this deck that I'm using, a friend of mine, she created this deck actually, and she dedicated this deck to her grandmother because her grandmother was Catholic, and which is why she put a lot of Catholic symbolisms in the cards. It was also a means for her to connect with her grandmother as well. So there was a lot of different symbolic meanings in her deck. Hence why, like, I felt it was very fitting to use this deck. And I noticed she loves roses as well. Her name. So, as well, she really went in on this deck. I love it. But you have the Seven of Wands, and it has Princess Diana with Prince Charles. I feel like Spirit is also protecting you guys and has been protecting you. Of course, you have your own free will. Your divine team can't always, like, intervene. But you may have married before, maybe married someone that wasn't for you, or they don't want you to go through the same thing that they went through. They may have married for the wrong reasons, like whether it's because their family suggested it, or it could have been like culture or religious purposes or reasonings. They weren't really married for love, I'm getting. They don't want you to go through that same thing where they may have married the wrong person or lived their last days with a man or maybe even a woman. I don't know why I'm getting that, but with, ooh, this is not for everybody, but it might be for, like, I don't know, somebody. Someone's grandmother could have been a lesbian, but married a man and lived their last, like, they weren't, well, they weren't happy. They weren't living in their truth in their last days. That's sad. They don't want you to, and it doesn't have to be like you're a lesbian or something like that, but maybe that might resonate with you though too. But if not, like, just as a metaphor, like, I married someone that I didn't really truly love, and I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to settle. And another thing is they've protected you from people that you didn't even realize you were actually settling. Like, you might have been like, this person is the end all. I have to be with them, or this is my person. And your spiritual team was like, no, they're not. Like, we've protected you so many times from certain people that you don't even realize that why it didn't work out, why it didn't progress the way that you wanted it to progress. We blocked certain suitors coming towards you. Like, yeah, because look, you got the Seven of Swords. They can see wolves in sheep's clothing, and they protected you. Look, like, no. They protected you. If you're a Capricorn, maybe definitely that's for you. But, because the Capricorn card is at the bottom of the deck. And today is Saturn Day, which is ruled, Capricorn's ruling planet is Saturn. So, they are, like, this is spiritual work, soul work. Like, we protected you. Okay? Cut off contact. Okay? Something about contact being blocked off. So, yeah, that could be a reason why certain things didn't progress or happen. And then Libra, you could also be a Libra. Or Capricorn or Libra could have been someone that Spirit blocked you from. or block from you, rather, I should say. Okay. Some of you, this is your Chiron placements, Capricorn or Libra. Chiron's placements. Hopefully I'm saying that planet right. Probably not, because y'all know I be like saying shit really just like all wrong. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, some of these people were like not spiritually like in alignment with you. Some of them were like still caught up on exes and they were cheaters and all this stuff. And then like they don't want you to have to go through that because they could see. Like those on the other side, they could see things that we can't see. So it's like if God, your angels, your ancestors, if they're blocking people off from your path, it's for a reason. And it's not for you to go against it and be like, oh, you know what, let me see what's up. But you have the free will to do that, though. That's the thing. Like, thank goodness for that. But at the same time, it's like, is it, you know, is free will good all the time? Like, yeah, you want to be free to do what you want. But you got to use your discernment, though, with things. Like, that's why our guides are here. They're there to assist, you know, to help, to protect their people, you know, protect their family, their bloodline, their lineage. Like, there's so many things. Like, our ancestors aren't just, like, solely there to help us. Like, they're there to do what they do. And some people believe that not all ancestors are good on the other side. Maybe, maybe not. But I do feel like they are privy to things that we're not, right? So you have the Knight of Wands and the Page of Swords. So again, I'm getting protection. And some of you guys, like, your energy with the capital G, your energy, almost is like, I feel like y'all know, like, when someone's not for you, you sense it, you feel it. But you guys have this curiosity, especially if you have, like, fire energy in your chart, like a dominant fire sign placement in your chart or placements in your chart where you want what you want. You know, it's like a cat on the prowl, like, I want what I want. And you're curious about it and you want to see, but I feel like there's always, like, some sort of warning that you get. But it's up to you, and that's just when it comes to love. But let's keep it moving. Let's see what else. And I'm going to pull some oracle. Okay, the Star, the Queen of Hearts, which is the Queen of Cups, the Lovers, and the Ten of Wands. Again, they are trying to protect you, child, okay? They don't want you to downplay yourself. Choose wisely. Don't settle for less than what you deserve, okay? And less than what we deserve sometimes could even be the person that looks good on paper, that may have money, that may have, you know, status, or the, you know, the nice house and the nice cars, and but they're lacking something on a deep level. Okay, the heart of a person, not the surface of a person, that matters. So the Queen of Hearts, there could be some sort of resonance with Princess Diana because it's the second card with her being referenced. So her story could be a testament or a lesson to some of you. And not that it has to end in tragedy or, you know, scandal, but your energy can be used wisely in the right spaces, even in the wrong spaces. That's why spirits say don't regret the things that you've done in the past, because everything holds a significant purpose and reason. And you're still that rose regardless of whatever environment you plant yourself in. Okay? Regardless. Then you have the Lovers and the Ten of Wands. So they want you to choose wisely when it comes to your heart. Not just romance and love and partnerships, but any matters of the heart or any connections with others, like, to choose wisely. There's things that you don't even have to go through. You know, you don't have to go through certain things. You can avoid certain turmoils, or I don't know why this makes me think of that movie, The Birds. Like, that movie's old. I think it came out in the 50s, I want to say. Maybe the 50s or 60s, but I'm leaning towards, ooh, it's either between, like, the 50s, maybe late 50s to early 60s. I could be wrong. But the movie The Birds, like a very old movie. And it's bad graphics, but obviously because of the time that it was in, like, just cinematically is garbage. But the the movie, like, the birds were just like attacking the town. It was just like crazy, like attacking people and shit. Like, I don't know why this looks like that to me, but it doesn't matter what attacks have come your way. Like, you're still here, you're still standing. Like, it doesn't matter. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. It doesn't matter. Like, the weapons will be formed. Spirit never said that the weapons will not be formed and maybe even launched, but they will not prosper. They won't prosper. So you're good. You're protected. It's up to you, though, how you move, though. Again, that free will thing, you know. Let's pull from the Rose Oracle because I'm going to get some more context for the energy or anything else that your divine team, preferably your divine matriarchs, or just your matriarchal figures in your bloodline, your divine goddesses that you resonate with. Yeah, because I get like, yeah, we got that nurturing, that loving, abundant side, but we also have that warrioress side. Because now I'm seeing like 𝗏𝗃. Yeah, 𝗏𝗃 energy. Thank you, my spirit. What else? Okay. So you have the Mystic Rose, the Wild Rose, and Morning Dew. So the Mystic Rose says compassion, devotion, humility, humanity, and grace. Those, at least two of those words came out. Compassion and grace kept coming through when we did the rose ceremony. So this is the energy that you extend to yourself. And there's something with that, the red rose. I told y'all, there was a reason why I had to do it. I just felt called to do it. But if you feel like you want to extend or you want to do your own personal rose ceremony, start with a red rose first. Feel like the deepest red rose deals with like the deepest of energies and the roots, get to the root of it. And then maybe gradually you'll migrate into pink roses, maybe if you feel like to continue to work with the rose energy. Maybe even rose water. Something with pink roses and maybe white roses too. So you have the wild rose. It says, do it your way. Embrace your uniqueness untamed. Yes. And Morning Dew says clarity, a fresh start, a positive outlook. It looks like she's showering herself with rose energy, like she's being bathed in it. So this energy is like whatever this clearing work that you're doing within and on yourself and have been doing, like I was getting earlier, this is preparing you for something new, a new chapter, a new walk, a new path in your life, a new you, or tapping into a you that doesn't have all that energy on you, like all that stuff that you've carried over time, knowingly and unknowingly, all of it, you know, slowly but surely, or just steadily, I should say, steadily but surely being removed off of you, you know? All right, so let's tap into the Mother Mary. I don't know, maybe, let me read the guidebook, because sometimes I feel like the guidebooks be going in and kind of give us a further message. So I'm going to, let me see, alphabetical order. Let's see. Which one is that? The Mystic Rose is 96. And Morning Dew is 92. So we'll read Morning Dew first. 92, 96. And the Wild Rose is the last one. No, 142. Okay, so 92, 96, and 142. Okay. Okay, 92. Okay. So morning dew, it says there's a special moment when the day is new and the sun's still young, when we too are given the opportunity to begin again. The presence of the morning dew welcomes us with the grace of a fresh start. And as the moisture gathers on the rose, it invites us to see things clearly, sometimes in a whole new way than we did the previous day. A new perspective is suddenly here. Healers from all corners of the earth believe in the incredible healing quality of the morning dew. They believe that it possesses the same healing properties as the plants themselves, with the dew capturing the essence in clear potency. Practices such as walking barefoot on the morning dew, drinking from the petals of flowers, and placing dew on the body are thought to bring about powerful shifts in healing. If we're lucky enough to meet the morning in this way, we too may be blessed by the special healing liquid that carries the sacred or secret essence of both the earth and the entire universe within it, the morning dew. This card brings a message that clarity is on its way. A new start and a change of perspective are possible. Shifts are coming. The future is looking renewed, hopeful, positive, and bright. Keep focusing on your ideal outcome and trust in the presence of the potent morning dew. The rose transmission is I am open to receiving the potent clarity and shifts of the morning dew. I am open to seeing the situation with new eyes. Okay. Ashe. All right, the mystic rose. It says this rose was a symbol of the goddesses of old. So it's no wonder when Christianity absorbed large parts of the indigenous Celtic traditions in Europe, the mother goddess, Mother Mary, became associated with the rose. Perhaps the reason Mary is so beloved is because she is the only mother goddess who could be worshipped safely, and as such carries with her the devotion, yearning of all those long to worship the goddess in feminine form. Mary's connection with the rose is seen in of her titles, including Rosa Mystica, of the rose without thorns. Like of the pagan goddesses before her, the processions that honored Mary involved walking on rose petals. I didn't know that. The church altered the stories of goddesses past, including those that featured roses, such as Aphrodite, turning the white rose red with her blood, putting Mary in the goddess's place. Churches were eradicated all over Europe and beyond, in many cases on the site of Celtic temples and places of goddesses worship. Many had beautiful rose windows in the west, the direction of the feminine, in dedication to Mary, Mother of the Rose. This card is of compassion, devotion, and grace. It encourages us to soften toward humanity and to endeavor to see the world and even those who have hurt us with understanding, an open heart, and deep humility. To see that we all carry hurt and are wounded. Wow. We have all experienced suffering. Mother Mary is inviting you to open your heart to humanity when you most want to close. The soul inquiry is, how are you being called to show compassion today? How are you being called to show compassion today? Okay. All right. So last but not least is the wild rose. Let's see. Wild rose 142. Okay. Do it your way. It says, if someone says that you are not normal, say thank you. If someone says that what you're doing isn't normal, say naturally. The wild rose knows that no one rose is the same as another. She doesn't try to bloom in a neat row according to a schedule. She doesn't open and close according to who walks by. She trusts her timing and she blooms with wild abandon. She's resilient. She knows who she is. The wild rose knows her true unique nature, and she wants you to remember yours too. She knows that what makes you wild makes you free, that it's what's kept us contained that causes harm, that our diverse, unique nature is what's needed now more than ever. This card comes with an invitation to do what would make you feel most free, to trust in the very thing that makes you stand out, to realize that you were never meant to fit in. You were never meant to grow in a perfect, cultivated way. You were never meant to bloom in unison with someone else. You were never meant to be captive or controlled. Nature is full of diversity. It is imperative to its survival, and it is to ours. So be who you came here to be. Express what you came here to express. Sing the song that you came here to sing. Together, the wild ones will be the ones who will set us all free. Rose transmission is, I free myself of what keeps me captive. I allow the unique wildness within me to be free. I free myself of what keeps me captive. I allow the unique wildness within me to be free. I free myself of what keeps me captive. I allow the unique wildness within me to be free. Ashe, so it is. All right, Mother Mary Oracle, let's tap into that. We got all these cards laid out. All right. Divine Mother Mary, Divine Holy Mother Goddess, thank you. What is your message to this collective? What is your message to this collective, Mama? Thank you. What is your message? What's your message? What's your message? What's your message? Okay. Obviously, okay. Well, wow. She's like, no. Take that. No, just bad timing. Okay, anywho. Our Lady of Blessings Bestowed, number 26. Our Lady of Divine Presence. Our Lady who prevents interference. And Our Lady of Inner Gate. So we have 14, 19, 22, and 26. So let's, probably not going to read every part of the book, but at least the parts that let you know what the meaning of the card is itself. Because if any of you have any Alana Fairchild decks, she really goes in, and I love how she adds like prayers, and she also like includes like a ritual in her decks. Because if you have the Isis Oracle, the Kali Oracle, I think I have another deck from her, but I can't think off the top of my head. But I know definitely the Isis Oracle is a good one, and the Kali Oracle. So anywho, let's see. Card number 14, which is Our Lady of Divine Presence. Okay. Okay, so it says, you have been preparing to receive me, opening your heart and clearing away past shame and doubt. Yes. You have been asking for the divine light to be with you, and I tell you now, I am alive within you. Your wish to serve the world, to be blessed by my light so that you can assist others is granted. Someone needs to hear, no, you do have a purpose. You do. You have a divine purpose. You do have something to give this world, something positive, something beautiful, something transformative, influential, empowering to offer this world. Something peaceful, something radical. I'm also getting to provide. You have it. It is your call. It is. All right. So it says, as you open your heart and mind to me, your every touch becomes my touch. Your loving gaze holds the light of my own eyes within it. My grace lives in you, flowing through you into the heart of the world. So let's see. Okay, so this part. So it says, this oracle comes to you in confirmation that you are opening up to living divine presence. It is having an effect on you in your life. Perhaps you are at a point in your life when a path is opening up and taking you in a different direction to what you expected. Perhaps you want to know if this is divinely orchestrated and should therefore be trusted and followed. Perhaps you're feeling emotional or physical ups and downs, which might be connected to your spiritual path. As you release old emotional pain and new spiritual energy enters your mind and body, this may be happening because you have started practicing yoga or meditation, spending more time in nature, or changing your lifestyle to become more loving and kind towards yourself. Or perhaps you want to start yoga and meditation and are wondering if it will be worth the effort, time, and organization it may take to make such a commitment. Our Lady of Divine Presence brings us an answer to all those questions. She appears at the time when we are receiving more of the living divine, and our bodies and our lives are changing as a result. The more we continue to surrender into her through trust, the more this can continue to unfold, and the more her grace is given permission to flow into us and through us. This benefits not only others, but also the Divine Mother and us too. Our Lady of Divine Presence also confirms that, oops, I skipped the page. Also, that you are capable of bringing healing energy into the world when you allow yourself to trust her and open your heart. It flows. If you are considering on embarking upon a career as a healer or deepening your healing practice to bring in other modalities such as energetic healing, you are acknowledged as having the ability to do so, or to do this, and divine support in doing so. If you're going through a healing process and feeling emotionally intensity at this time, as she guides you to stay with your process, let the body shed old emotional pain to become more free. She confirms that life changes that are happening for you or will be happening soon are a result of your spiritual growth and are to be trusted and accepted. Finally, if you have been connecting with guidance and wondering if it is genuine guidance, you are encouraged to continually pray for guidance that is based in unconditional love and trust that, yes, you can consciously receive such guidance. Tune into your heart and trust. Okay. Beautiful. So let's look at Our Lady of the Inner Gates, number 19. Okay, it says, my initiations are sacred, and no matter what happens to be happening in your life, I am behind it. I'm always guiding you towards your heart, for within that sacred temple, the most precious treasure is kept. To obtain the treasure, you will need outrage, or dang, I don't know why I said outrage, child. You will need courage, trust, and faith. I bestow my grace willingly upon you, my child, without restraint. You must provide the trust in me that gives you courage to take the journey. Your reward shall be riches beyond all imagining. Okay. This oracle heralds a time when you are growing in a spiritual power. Whether you are aware of this consciously or not, you are becoming a person of increasing energetic influence. What did I say in the beginning, y'all? That a lot of you are experiencing your gifts and heightening in levels that might be a little scary to you and others. Yeah. It says, if you have some natural sense of spiritual ability, you would, let me say that again. If you have some natural sense of spiritual responsibility, you may worry about this, wondering if you are always putting out constructive vibrations. Don't fear. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to be yourself and trust. It is your trust in the divine that brings the most power to your heart emanation and that most healing to the world around you. It is your willingness to experience your life with growing trust that empowers the mother to act through you and for others to be nourished by your presence. It is your trust that paves the way to the inner gate, opening it wide and allowing you to discover the treasure within your heart. It is the riches within that you are looking for always, even if you fantasize from time to time that you are desiring something else. Without the riches of the heart, anything else obtained soon enough shows itself to be empty, or to be an empty vessel. It is the fullness of life itself and all that it offers that shall open up to your heart as it becomes even more capable of receiving that precious gift through this process. Okay. So 22, Our Lady who prevents interference. Okay, so let's go to her. Okay. Your inner light is growing, my beloved, and through love you are attracting many who can be nourished by you. As the love in you blossoms, there are others who are captured in fear, who may feel threatened by you and wish to obstruct your growth. I am your salvation and protection, for my love is greater than any fear. Place your loving trust in me. You shall not be harmed, nor shall you be swayed by your inevitable spiritual success on my path of love. I prevent spiritual sabotage from succeeding. The success on your path through me is the triumph of spiritual freedom. That's what I was getting with who was that? The Ten of Wands. And a couple of other cards. I think it was some swords up in the mix. So, there's your confirmation of that. That no weapon formed against you shall prosper. It's not going to work. All right, let's see. Because I usually tell you this card. Okay, it says here it is. Okay. This oracle brings you a message from the Divine One. Role that you are playing in the various films of life includes the role of a spiritual being who is here to help yourself and others through your divine awakening. You are a holy child of the Holy Mother, and together you are bringing her path of love to fruition, perhaps so that there can be less horror movies and more great romances. Nah, we like horror movies. Well, at least I do. I like horror movies. For now, however, the horror movies are a part of the Earth's great cosmic screenplay, and we need to deal with them too. Ignoring them and ignoring them and focusing on the beam of light is not going to help us change the screenplays that create the films. Through awareness, we can become more intelligent. We can actively seek the divine protection that is reaching to us through Our Lady, and we will not be so affected by negativity around us. Then we can shine our light and use our courageous divine love to help others to also let go of negativity. Love flowing through a being that's sure of his or her divine protection is a powerful force. No wonder these forces that want fear to dominate actively seek to interfere with our spiritual growth. Fortunately for those of us on the divine path of love, remembering to pray daily is enough for us to be brought under the Divine Mother's holy protection. Even if you pray for just several seconds to ask the holy ones who love us conditionally, or my bad, my goodness. See, this is too much. Go back. Even if you pray for just several seconds to ask the holy ones who love us unconditionally to be with us and protect and assist us this day, you will be under their protection. From this place of love and protection, the forces of fear cannot undermine our inner spiritual connection. We can prevent ourselves from being triggered through our fear impulses and avoid directing our energy away from divine trust. Interference with our well-being, finances, life path, happiness, relationships, or any other part of our life can be prevented. There is no need to fear here, just for understanding and intelligent use of the power of protection that is available to us. Simple, effective, and healing. The following process will assist you in accessing that now, each day, and every day. The Divine Mother has brought this oracle to you because she wishes for you to come even more deeply into her protective field of love and thrive. All right. Last but not least is Our Lady of Blessings Bestowed, and this will conclude our reading. All right. I am offering you a spiritual gift now, the gift of heavenly blessing. The blessing may come through a person, place, or thing, or spring forth from within your own heart, unfolding like a blooming rose. I ask that you trust me because in receiving this blessing, things will change. The changes are shedding of that which would hold you back from fully receiving my blessing. My blessings ask you to have trust and courage as I help you leap into your divine fulfillment more swiftly than you could do on your own. Okay. Where is this oracle comes to you message? Because these are really long. Like this, but I mean, it's a good thing. The messages. Okay, so it says this oracle is coming to you because the time is right for you and this blessing to be offered to you now. Whether you understand its ultimate purpose or not, we don't have to know that a blessing is happening for it to work its magic. Though, of course, it can be nice to know that the divine is taking over if suddenly things go awry before they fall into place in a new way. Our role is to be honest and present with our feelings and let the chips fall where they will, so to speak. You are given permission for the divine to take over your life direction for a moment, trusting in the greater wisdom and perspective of the Holy Mother and her conditional love for you. I keep saying that. Unconditional love for you and her passionate desire for your spiritual liberation. With onset of this blessing, you might have a subtle reorientation, or you might suddenly feel like you are heading into a different direction. Either way, it is perfect for you. Trust. All will be well, and soon the chaos of change will be replaced with great joy, gratitude, and even deeper loving trust in the tender genius of the Divine Mother Grace. Okay. I stumbled a lot when I kept saying, supposed to say unconditional, but I kept saying conditional. some of you guys have to break this perception or fear that love is meant to be conditional because of what you've experienced. Um, yeah, and maybe even with our own mothers, like, you know, some of our mothers, we may have felt like loved us conditionally, loved us only if, or people loved us only if. And that is not how the divine energy essence works. It's not a conditional love, it's an unconditional love. Okay. So I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. I hope this message was helpful and blessed someone, transform some things for you guys. You know, like this video, come back to it when you need, you know, that message, that comfort. If anything pops up that triggers, like write it down, sit through that, work through it, sort through it, release it. Um, any shame or guilt that pops up within you or has throughout the message or reading, or as of lately, before you even came to this reading, write it down and sort through it, work through it. And I firmly believe that if some of your mothers or grandmothers, or just like those divine mothers energies that were in your life, or those women that you loved in your life, if you've been thinking about them lately very heavy, or you've been feeling their energy essence come around, or people reminding you of them, or seeing their names around, like, I really believe that they wanted you to hear this message, you know, as a confirmation, or as like a feeling maybe that they're around, or there was a message that they had for you, or, you know, I pray that I was able to come through on behalf of them for you, of those of you that needed it anyhow. So I hope that this message resonates and is helpful, blesses you guys, not just in this present moment, but that it extends beyond this physical space and time, that this message helps you far beyond that, and someone else that you'll bless and touch and help, and with your energy, with your heart, your love, your presence, your essence, your gifts, your talents, all of that. And just by being you, that you bless someone, which I know that you will and you have. But this is like big level shit. Like, you are breaking these things and coming to these these experiences, even if they're tough, for a reason, because this chapter is going to be your testimony in the next. So big ups to you, much love, y'all. Be blessed, be safe out there, and as always, much love. Take care. Peace. Happy Saturday, by the way. Bye.